Hey, my Lipton. So I wanted to come in here and do a Superman review. So I went to go watch this movie last night. I went to go watch this movie last night, okay? And I'm feeling tired because like I came back home so late. Like the movie was at 10:20 and you already know like there were like commercials like, in the beginning. So like we didn't leave the theater till like 12 something at night. And mind you, this is not even a long film like on paper. Like it's like 2 hours and like 5 minutes, I think, the duration time. So it's not really a long film. But yeah, I left late. But before I continue on with this video, I'm just gonna say here there are gonna be a little bit of spoilers. Okay, so if y'all don't want the spoilers and stuff like that, then I suggest you guys go watch a non-spoiler review on somebody else's YouTube channel. Okay, so just warning again, there's gonna be a little bit of spoilers. It's not gonna be too much, but like I just want to get to like the main points, the stuff that stuck out to me in the movie. But yeah, like so so I'm gonna get into this video. It's been a minute since I did any like superhero talk reviews, so this is gonna go on my superhero talk playlist. By the way, if y'all want to see any of my previous superhero talk that I've had on my channel, it could either be MCU or DC comics, anything like that. I created a whole superhero talk playlist on my YouTube channel. Please check it out. Make sure to also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get the watch time hours up. Okay, we're almost there. So yeah, let's get into this video. So first of all, and I'm so sad, I'm forgetting the actor's name, and I feel so sad. I should have looked up the cast's names and stuff like that. But let me just start off like right off the bat when it comes to like the casting. He definitely looks like Superman. Like he looks like a Clark Kent. Like, and that's the thing too, because it's like I really liked Henry Cavill as Clark Kent Superman too. Like honestly, one of my favorite Superman movies is the Man of Steel 2013. Like I don't care what nobody says. I do think that I'm gonna put Man of Steel 2013 above this film. Like if I'm gonna rate it, I'm gonna put that first, only because like it holds such great memories for me, and as far as like me being in school and stuff like that, and how amazing it was in the action. But I think that, obviously Henry Cavill, I love Henry Cavill, but I also think this man here, this actor, and I'm so sorry for forgetting his name, but I think that he also did a really good job as far as like being the looks. Like he's very attractive. Okay, let's get to the attractions. Okay, the looks. He looks great. Body was on point. Definitely more comic book accurate. That's what I would say. At least if I'm gonna like separate them, Henry Cavill's Superman was more, I guess you could say like, okay, like it's more to like a person's like, I don't know, it's like a Wattpad kind of story. Like, we take Superman, okay, let's make our own let's make our own little fanfic of that, and then you have Man of Steel 2013. Whereas I feel like with this Superman, Superman of 2025 and going forward, this one was more comic book accurate, according to what my sister was saying, because like there were certain things that Superman was doing in this movie last night where I was just like, bro, like shut the fuck up. Like honestly, there are some points in this movie where I was just like, Clark, shut the fuck up. Like you're getting me tight right now. But apparently that's in the comics. It's been a minute since I read a comic, so apparently Superman is low-key this like happy-go-lucky, like I want to unite everybody, I want to. He is that type, in the comics. So I had to kind of give him a little bit of leeway. But there were some points in this movie I was just like, Clark, are you serious? Like, Lex Luthor is literally about to chop your ass up, and then you are out here giving speeches. Like you are, like, low-key, like, and I'm going to talk about it further, but, like, I don't know, Clark in this movie gave me, like, Professor X vibes. Like, he gave me, like, Professor Xavier vibes, while Crypto gave me, like, Magneto. That's crazy to compare, but that's all I can kind of sum it up to. Like Clark gave me Professor Xavier, and Crypto the dog gave me Magneto. He gave me Eric vibes. Okay, but yeah, so also I will say this too, and it's no shade. Shout out to my British girlies and my British gentlemen and my Australian girlies and my Australian gentlemen that watch this YouTube channel, okay? Shout out to you, and for the new ones that are going to come to this YouTube channel as this channel grows. I was also very happy that they picked an American actor. And I know this is gonna sound so, on some patriotic type shit, but like I'm happy that they did pick an American actor to play this role because, and it's no shade. And don't get me wrong, I love my British actors and my British actresses and my Australian actors and actresses. I love them down, like the Henry Cavills, Margot Robbies, all these people. But it's just that I noticed that like lately there's just been a lot of like, not lately, it's been a while. Like, you have a lot of like British or Australian folks playing roles that are meant for like, I don't know, like American roles. I don't know how, this might come off, I don't know. Hopefully this will come off xenophobic or anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it's just like something that was like more based in this, in its origin and where he landed and stuff like that. I was just, for me personally, I was happy that they picked an American actor to play an American role. And that's not me saying that I don't want British actors or British or Australian actors to get roles here. Of course I do. Like some of my favorite actors are from like the UK or from Australia. So I'm not saying that. I think Margot Robbie's a great actress. I think Henry Cavill is great. I love him down. So attractive. Love him. One of my crushes. So it's like, that's not what I'm saying. And of course, I love the whole cast of House of the Dragon. So those are my people, those are my people, okay? But I'm just saying, like, there's just certain roles where I feel like, I do want to see more like American born folks taking those roles. Because listen, there's also Americans that want to get into the arts, that want to get into acting and things like that. So it's like, give them a chance as well. So I was just happy to see that the man, this guy that played Superman, that played Clark, he's an American born guy. He's as, once I heard that American accent, I was like, yes, God, yes, God, yes, God. So it's been a while since you've seen something like that, So it's just, it was a little bit refreshing, okay? So I don't want to come off all patriotic, USA, USA, but I'm just saying, like, and hopefully that doesn't come off xenophobic at all, okay? Because that's not what I'm trying to say. And hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So I was happy for that. I will say this though. This one is gonna be shady. I noticed that like, and it's gonna be a lot about me like comparing it to like Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, and and I know that might come off very annoying, but I just this is fresh and things like that, and eventually I'll come off of it. But usually I just noticed that like the ones that are casted as like Superman or casted as Clark Kent, they always tend to be more attractive than the Lois Lanes. And it's no shade. I can't listen. I'm sorry. Can we be honest here? When you look back at like Henry Cavill's Superman, are we really gonna say and act as if Amy Adams was more attractive than Henry Cavill? Okay, the man was the catch. Okay, and in this situation, we're gonna have to be honest. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the actress who played Lois Lane is ugly or anything. It's just that like the guy that played Clark is more attractive. Like, it's just, it is what it is. This, oh my God, this review, oh my God. It's just something that I noticed. It's like, I'm like, yo, like, the women that play Lois, it's like, I don't know, like, they give me like a good, sometimes like 7.5, whereas like, the men that play Superman, they be giving me like 10. Like, they be so attractive. Like, this guy is very attractive, okay? Very much so American-born boy, like, masculine looks, like, just features on point, eyes, he's just gorgeous, okay? Hair, everything. So, it's just like, the casting for Superman is everything. I don't know what's going on with Lois Lane. Maybe I need to see the comics of how Lois Lane looks. Maybe Lois Lane is always an average-looking girl in the comics, but, like, I just noticed that, like, the Lois Lanes that they be casting, they always look average to me. Like, Amy Adams was average. Like, compared to Henry Cavill, average. The woman in this film, she's not average, but, like, she's, like, a cute 7.5, whereas, like, this guy is, like, a 10 for me. So, oh, my God. Hopefully, y'all don't chew me up for this. But, yeah. So, I would say that. The casting was good. Okay. Also, like, in the beginning, they did come. So, at first, basically, throughout most of this film, if I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was like, damn, Clark, you getting your ass whipped. Like, I'm just like, God, like, because in the beginning of the film, they do write something in the beginning of the film saying that, like, oh, like, 3 decades, blah, blah, blah. that, this is his first time losing a battle and things like that. So like I was just like literally throughout this whole film, I was just like, Clark, you really like you're not Supermaning right now. You're not Superman is not Supermaning for me right now, because it's like I'm like, Clark, you just, and then there was just certain points too where it's just like the pedestrians in this movie were getting me so upset. Like I was just like, are they like this in the comic books? Because they're killing me right now. Okay, why are y'all standing there when a freaking monster is about to fall on top of y'all heads? Like the pedestrians in this film were getting me so angry. Like they would just, there are times where like Superman will be battling it out with like a certain creature and stuff like that, and they'll just be standing there taking pictures. Like, bro, I'm gonna be running, maybe running backwards or something like that, while probably taking a cute video, and they've been running, and because I'm getting out of dodge. Okay, so the pedestrians in this movie really, really pissed me off. Like I was just like, stop standing. Like the kids, I was just like, there were some kids that was standing there while Clark was fighting it out. Like when a building is literally about to fall on top of their heads, I was just like, oh my lord, oh my lord, oh my lord. But also, let's talk about Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor, listen, this man clearly has issues. Okay, Lex Luthor he needs to be in therapy. Clearly, he was treating this whole situation like a damn video game. Okay, the way he mastered Clark's moves and everything like that, he's clearly, why are you so obsessed with me? No. Lex Luthor needs to go into therapy. There's clearly something wrong inside that head, okay? Because it's just like, and then there were just certain points too where Clark, especially that, there's a scene at the end of the movie where like Clark is trying to explain himself, and I'm like, why are you explaining yourself to, like, fuck Lex. This is why I'm saying, like, Clark low-key gave me like Professor X vibes, because it's like, bro, stop explaining yourself to a man that wants to kill you. Stop. Like it's so ridiculous. Like literally, when I tell you Lex, and there's a spoiler, of course, Lex literally made a clone of Clark and had him fighting himself. Okay. And practice was able to obsess over all his moves, know every move that Clark was doing in that fight. And I'm like, this is a guy you want to reason with. This is a guy that you want to be doing kumbaya with. F that. Stop explaining your quote-unquote humanity, even though you're not human. Stop explaining yourself to this man. You already know what your intentions and what you want and your deeds and everything like that. So it's like, stop explaining yourself. F him. That's why I'm saying Crypto the dog is the freaking Magneto. Because when I told you when Superman was over there explaining himself to Lex, when I told you Crypto was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck ASAP, okay? Crypto came in there and was like, oh, so you want to be talking? You want to be talking to Professor X? Okay, I'm gonna Magneto the fuck out of Lex Luthor right now. When I tell you Crypto came in there, took Lex by that shoulder and was mollywopping him around that whole freaking office. Oh, I was here for it. Okay? I was here for it. I was like, listen, we ain't got no time for talking. It's time for some ass. It's time to open a can of whoop ass, okay? Stop playing with Crypto the dog, okay? Crypto the dog, this was low-key, he was honestly the backbone of this movie. If we're gonna be honest with you, at first I was just like, I don't know how I feel about, there's just certain times too with pets and stuff like that, like, in certain movies, it's just like, okay, like they're just there to be causing a distraction. But like, Crypto was truly the backbone, I would say, of this movie for me, because he was really like, he was being a terror, okay, he was being a menace, okay, to Clark, to so many folks in this movie. Also the Justice Gang. I thought the Justice Gang was cool. The Green Lantern, I don't know, that haircut is and Lois said it too. Lois like, listen, that haircut is terrible, girl. Like, you need to go do something. That helmet hair that you have on your head, I don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, I thought the Crypto Gang, oh my god, the Justice Gang, I thought they were cool too. Hopefully I can see more of them. I was glad that the what's his name, Mr. Terrific, had a good role, especially, looking at like particular, especially, and we have to be honest, a lot of times too, it's refreshing to see roles, especially with black, characters, where it's like they're not just immediately killed off. It's like he actually had some scenes there that actually made sense. He was actually whooping some ass, so I was happy to see that. So I thought they were cool. Crypto was just like that's not a disciplined dog at all. Okay, that's clearly a dog. That dog, that's a wild dog. Okay. Um, so I thought that was good too. What else am I missing? What else am I missing? Yeah, it's just that I don't know. Superman, he takes things personally. He wants to be the good boy. Almost like Superman wants to be the teacher's pet for me. Like personality wise, he wants to be the teacher's pet. He wants to be, oh, I'm gonna be doing everything. And it's just like, listen, especially after when Lex did that I'm not gonna spoil it for this part, but like, you know, you guys can go watch it. But like after Lex tried to, you know, bamboozle the public against Clark, and you know, Clark was all down on himself and things like that. And it's just like, Clark, you spent basically most of your life defending these people, and it's like the fact that they will treat you just by one, like it's just like the fact that they would treat you like this because of what Lex did and how he manipulated the situation. It's just like that's not like anti-hero part of me that comes out. This is why like I be on some like Magneto. This is why Magneto's my favorite character out of all anything comic books across the board in this in every universe, because you're not gonna be playing in my face. You're not gonna be playing in my face. So, you know, Clark really takes things personal. Like he does not have very thick skin. He's very sensitive. So it's like, especially that interview scene between him and Lois, I was just like, I was like, Clark, you need, yeah. But I mean, I get it too, because it's like, damn, like I spent most of my life saving, and this is how y'all treat me. But it's like, it's that thing about wanting to be liked. It's, you know, Clark wants to be liked. He wants to be, you know, of the people, and the people, you know, the people's prince kind of thing. So, you know, no pun intended. If you know, if y'all, you know, want to go watch the movie, but yeah, I thought that this movie, for the most part, it was good. So I know Cinema Score gave them an A-. For me personally, especially this being like a resurgence back into the DC, back to new Superman, new cast, new everything, I want to see what's to come next, right? I want to see how, you know, especially after watching the Penguin series, you know, Penguin, you know, Robert Pattinson's Batman, all of that coming together, how they build, you know, it needs to be a slow burn though, because I don't want you guys to just put them all together and it just becomes mumbo jumbo like it was with, you know, with the Gal Gadot era of DC. So it needs to be a slow burn. It needs to be something where, you know, it all comes together and it all makes sense. So for me, I'm not gonna per se give it an A-. I will give it a B+ on my book. I would give this movie a B+. I thought the comedy too was also really, you know, they had some great comedic timing. The fight scenes were so good. They were really, really good, especially that last scene where he was fighting with this. When I told you Clark's clone was whooping that, oh my god, I wanted to play Peekaboo from Kendrick Lamar. They should have. That's what they should have played in the background. Okay, when Kendrick Lamar was like bing back boom 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 back bam, that's exactly what Superman's clone was doing to him. Okay, because he was whooping that ass. I'll give it a B+. Okay, I thought that it was good. I thought that, you know, the casting was good. I thought the guy that plays Superman was great. Especially listen, James Gunn, he seems like a guy that is truly a fan of the comics. Like, he reads the comics, he knows what he's doing. And I think that they made a great decision putting him at the helm of this new era. And I can't wait to see more. Like, I can't wait to see more from James Gunn. I think, oh my god, the MCU is going to have a run for their money. And especially the fact that this Fantastic Four movie is supposed to be coming out in a few weeks. And mind you, I saw the trailer when I was in the movies, and I don't know, I'm still not motivated to go see Fantastic Four. I don't know. I need to see what the Rotten Tomatoes score is and what the cinema score is. And that usually doesn't sway me. That usually doesn't, like, influence me on, like, how good or bad a movie. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like the Fantastic Four is kind of, And plus, on top of that, I'm not also impressed with that casting as well. So it's just like, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'll give this movie a B+. And we'll see what comes from it. I can't wait to see this new Superman, how he's going to take this forward and snatch us by our wigs, because it's like, I can't wait. And I can't wait to see how they, you know, bring in Robert Pattinson's Batman, how they bring in the Penguin and everything. Oh my god, it's going to be so exciting. So, but yeah, my Liptons. Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Tell me if you guys actually watched Superman yet. Tell me if, you know, tell me how you guys feel about it. How you guys feel about my comments. I don't know how, you know, some people might feel about it. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please share my video if you care. please, let's get up to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get the watch time hours up. If you guys want to watch any of my previous talk about any superhero talk, news, anything like that, I created a whole superhero talk playlist on my YouTube channel. Please go to my playlist. It's there. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.